control, and some things still he always stand tall. Pretend the shadow will never fall.
Are you really gonna look at this cute face and not subscribe?
Howdy! Welcome back, you bunch of string picking guys and gals, you, to the String Pickers channel here at my obscene studio. If this is your first time here, look and subscribe, by the way. Hit that subscribe button, join the fun. We're here talking about everything music and gear. We're in for a couple of laughs. I mean, come on. Is there another place you'd rather be right now? Is there? Is there? Is there? It has been about a month since I have done an update on a couple of things that I have here in the studio. Most of you know that about a month ago, Headrush put out the 5.0 firmware update. And from the intro of this video, you can see that I've been kind of having a blast with the drum machine, but I've not really got into it a lot yet. I'm just playing around with certain things, and I really love it. I really do. So I'm enjoying that thoroughly. I just wish they had come out with that before I spent $75 on the Flamma FFO2. However, the Flamma FFO2 is an excellent drum pedal. I am not downing them in any way. But I have been through the drum machine on the Headrush quite a bit. That thing it's just amazing. You can create parts to the song to change like tempo, to change the rhythm that you're playing, and you can also pick just about any genre of music, and there's like 15 different kits that you can play from on that thing, which is really cool. The versatility is just unbelievable when it comes to that drum machine. It's a great practice tool. Also, about a month ago, I had a video out with my good old buddy Ray here. Ray is the PV Raptor that I got on a trade that was sort of a bonus guitar, and it looked terrible. If you've not watched that series, go back and watch it. It's in my playlist. It shows how it showed up and then how it is now. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn the lights on. I'm telling you, man. Just going to give it up. Just going to give it up. Just going to quit. I mean, hang on one second. So much better. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted by my lack of ability to remember to do certain thing in these videos, let's get back to it. So about a month ago, I put this thing together and I basically just created a monster. I love this guitar. This guitar is just where it is at. I put some Safu pickups in it. I put the Safu dual rail humbucker, but fits in a single hole there. That's pretty hot. And also put some new split top tuners in. These are going, ladies and gentlemen. I do not like these tuners at all. They are not like the old style. I would like to give a big shout out to Sparky971. Sparky put me on a product that I've tried, however, works great in the nut slot, but not working too well in these tuners. And that product is this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Lizard Spit Slick Nuts. I'm sorry. Could you not come up with a better name? I mean, come on. But it was a selling point because I thought anybody that would name something a goofy name like that, it's got to be good. So I bought some of this stuff because Sparky has suggested it on a video, and I went to his video and it showed him putting it in the nut slots on his guitar. This is a liquid graphite, and the graphite stays behind once the liquid has evaporated off of it. So I've done a few of my guitars in here that were binding a little. This one did not have a binding issue on the nut at all. The problem with this guitar was it had a plastic nut, and when I restrung it up, the high E string finally cut through enough to where it was ringing out. I said in a video that it was making the wow sound when you pick it. So I tried this brass nut, and I put this in here. If you've not seen that video, go back and watch it. There's some very helpful information in that video. I got a couple of comments in that video that was wanting to know if it changed the tone of the guitar at all. I will have to say this. If it has, it's been an improvement, because I cannot really tell other than being on a clean tone like you heard in the intro. It has improved the sound of it somewhat, but minimal. So I'm going to say that the original 4.3 star rating that I put on this, I'm bumping it to 4.8. This thing is remarkable. Just absolutely remarkable. I'm going to put these in all of my guitars that have this Fender and Tele style nut groove in the neck. But back to these. They're going. I put that liquid graphite in the hole in there, and I turned them back and forth. It is not helping. String pickers, I think what the problem is they pre-painted everything on these before they put them together. That's what I think. I believe it to be true. I think the sprockets on the inside of those are painted because they stick. Every time I've tried to tune up, you hear a little tiny pop coming from them like they're releasing. And that makes me think of two painted metal surfaces on each other under tension. There's no pop coming from anywhere else but there. These were a brand called Kaynes, K-A-I-S-H, I think. I do not recommend these. The old ones that I had on here, I would simply just put those back on, but I blacked this guitar out and I wanted to stay black. So these are going to come off, and I am going to put in the future some locking black Safu or Ettore tuners on this. But yeah, other than that, this thing is great. It is absolutely great. So I've had a month now to play through this, and that brass nut, that is where it's at. If you'll look closely, you can see that each screw inside those slots has a four-way like a Phillips screw would that you would put into anything. So basically what I did was I put this on here, put the strings in there, got my feeler gauge out with the 21 thousandths measurement, or 50.53 millimeter. I took the feeler gauge and I run right under the string on the first fret. The distance between the bottom of the string and the top of the fret 21 thousandths. Some people like it more, some like it less. 21 thousandths is where I'm comfortable. You don't have to work hard to fret up here when you're doing chords and stuff. But this thing is amazing. It's just simply amazing. That was so easy to do. So easy. So the update on this is, yeah, it's great. I still play the crap out of this thing. I mean, anytime I play the blues, this is it. It's got that sort of classic Fender tone, you know. I even built a rig to emphasize that. And I think with the Brass Nut, I get just a little bit more of that chiminess, but at a lower octave than you would get at all the time at higher octaves. So yeah, this thing is awesome. It's great. I mean, it really, really does a good job. The only thing left that I really want to do with this is take the original Safu single coil Invader style pickups that I have in here. I've got one for the bridge. I am thinking seriously, when I change the strings on this, of taking this dual rail out and putting that original one that came back in here to see if that is going to help this guitar at all, or if it's going to hurt it. I may end up going back to the dual rail. Who knows? That's what we're all about here. We just try stuff. And if it works, it works. If it don't, we just go back. That's what we do. So yeah, the update on the PV Raptor Ray after Stevie Ray Vaughan, because he's like my favorite blues player on the planet. This thing is amazing. It has been a workhorse. I have played it. I'm always grabbing this guitar out of all of these guitars when I come back here just to noodle around, because the action is so good. Everything is good. I even got the wiggle stick in it. It's doing great. It's staying in tune. That's one thing about these tuners. They do stay in tune. And they may stay in here for a while yet before I change them out for locking tuners. If I could just get them loosened up enough to where they'd stop sticking, I think it'd be okay. But once it's in tune, brother, it is in tune. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to plug this thing up. And I'm going to go through the head rush. I'm going to try out a couple of different tones. I'm going to play along with a little drum beat there and let you guys hear and see what's going on with this, because you know, this is just, like I said, basically an update video. In our next video, I'm going to go through a probably 2 to 3 part series on all of my guitar equipment in 2026. I promised that to you in the last video. I told you it'd be a week or two, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it right after I do this little video that I'm doing here as an update on this guitar and on the Headrush firmware update 5.0, and just let you guys check out some of the equipment that I have now that was different from before, and let you guys kind of go through all the equipment that I have in the studio now, not only guitars, but other things as well. I'm going to go through some of the equipment that I have in the background that you don't always see, some of the stuff that I do on my videos to make them what they are. And I would like to start off the demo of this and this by saying thank you to the many subscribers that have subscribed. I have seen a great fluctuation in subscribers in the past month. It's been incredible. About a month ago, I did a live stream where I put this guitar up there, and that was the same day that the video about the Brass Nut came out. Had a bunch of people join that live stream, answered some questions, had some fun. It was great. I really did love that, and I think that it means a lot to me, this guitar community. It does. In that live stream, I also mentioned, look, now I have a shout out board. I've got a lot of names on here that I shout out. Now this will change from time to time. You know, there's just not enough room for me to write everybody's name on there so you guys can see it. But we have Chris at BCG 5150 Guitars, Smoke Eater Guitars, John, you the man. John was actually the first person that made me decide to buy this. We were talking about roller nuts, and I went with just the adjustable height nut, which is awesome. Cal B and Rocco Cat, they were in the live stream about a month ago. Had a lot of fun there. Jay Guitars, Tone Yeager, CD Nelson, Sparky, Timmy 70, Tim Rocks 1269, and Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Like I said, that will change over time, but this is going to be an important tool because if I have to explain things to you that you can't picture, I can draw them out on that and you can see it really well. I mean, that thing glows like a piece of gold or something. So let's get underway. Let me do just a little demo of what this thing right here will do. I mean, it is pretty fascinating, the tones that I get out of this and the drum kit. So let's get into that. Okay, let's start off with just a little walkthrough. Now, I got the drum set on a blues kind of drum, so we'll start off with that. Not bad, huh? There is a lot more that drum kit on the Headrush update has to offer. However, we may have to get into that in another video. The update on the guitar, though, listen to this thing. Now that's these two pickups right here. If you go down to the bridge pickup, which is the dual rail, and then we'll go all the way to the neck, and you get this tone, and you get this tone. So fantastic guitar. Handles everything from the bluesy stuff to more rock and roll to metal. It handles it all. I'll give you a couple of examples of that. This one is called Ambient Wall. This is more of a heavy delay, heavy reverb kind of worship tone that you would play worship music with. Nice tone there. This is more of the overdriven tone. I think I modeled this after the Plexi. Not a bad tone. Kind of like that for some of the late 70s, early 80s stuff. Really like that tone. This is a PV 3120 Plexi Blues here. So yeah, that one's a pretty nice tone. Then we have more of our heavy tones, which you guys most of the time see on this channel, as I do a lot of high gain stuff. So that's where this tone kind of comes in most of the time. A lot of heavy stuff. This one is modeled after a Mesa Boogie and Cab, but with some effects on it. I really like that one a lot. I use that on a lot of stuff that I do play that's higher gain anyway. And there you have it, guys. Little update going on with the Headrush firmware and the brass nut that I put in this guitar. Do I recommend? 110%. Take what I say with a grain of salt, because these are my thoughts and opinions. I am not sponsored by Kaynes, which is the maker of this brass nut, or by Headrush, which is the maker of my Flex Prime. These are just products that I do so enjoy. I do love to play this guitar a lot. Not sponsored by anything that you see in this video. So full transparency, my thoughts and opinions. Something you may not like, something I do thoroughly enjoy. So like I said, in the future, I have got a 3-part video series coming out of some of the equipment that I have in the studio. A lot of things have happened in the last year. A lot of very cool and interesting things. A lot of products have came and went in the studio. Some I did so thoroughly want to get rid of, and some that I'm hanging on to, and I'm going to hang on to for a long time. I'm up to, I think, 14 guitars now, and all of them are my fave, with the exception of about 4 or 5 guitars that are on my bucket list. I have what I want in this studio right now. Will it change? Yes. Guitar Gear 2027 might show something completely different. Who knows? I don't know. Different amps come and go in this studio. I play through currently 4 different amps. Love it. Love every minute of it. I have amps for each tone that I'm looking for. I have my Gucci amp, you might say, the Carbon X100B. Love that amp. It has been a dream amp of mine. That one is not going anywhere for a very long time. I do love that amp. But that's all I got for this video, guys. Just wanted to update you on a couple of things that I had videos out on, and to let you know how they were doing. 5.0 firmware update, love it. Brass nut on the PV Raptor, love it. It is doing fantastic. So if you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to have to grind down cutting nut slots and grinding down bone blanks to put in a guitar, these things are fantastic. I highly recommend them. You may not like them. Like I said, this is my opinions. That's all I got for you today, guys. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you for stopping in. As I always say, I pray that you and yours are having the most blessed day ever. And I pray that God is with you all. Until next time, later.